we don't have a quorum. This is Susan Cole. I'm chairperson of the licensing committee, and my two co-chairs, Francis Curtis, Gabrielle Rossi, and Gabriella, and Onesh James from Community Board One, our staff person. So we don't quite have a quorum, but we're gonna meet and talk to you and tell you what your application is lacking. Okay, and what our concerns are. Pardon me? Oh, Francis wants you to present before I go right into it. I'm so direct. They always have to keep reins on
Welcome.
me.
Why are you here? How can we help you?
Go, Francis.
So this is for an alteration application it's a co-licensed right now, Compass Group USA Inc. and Thompson Hospitality Services LLC. It's for the BNY Bank of New York building. Right now they have licensed, right now they want to add floors 1 through 9 and 17 through 21. So that way it's all licensed floors 1 through 21. Right now it's licensed floors 10 through 16. And so they want to be able to have events on any of the floors. So they're just basically expanding from 10 to 16 to 1 through 21. And it's for a catering establishment. They just have catered events there for private invitee only events. And it's already existing there now. Nothing's really changing except for adding the additional floors.
Okay, well. So some questions.
Sure. I have Edward here too, the manager, so
Edward.
we're gonna be able to answer some too.
So there are two things. You're a large venue. So you would have to fill out a large venue stipulation. There's some requirements with that. But most of all, that we're concerned about is the hours of operation. It can't vary depending on event. We need specific hours of when you're going to operate. Monday to Friday, if you're going to operate on the weekends. We also need you to provide us with some aspect of what you're going to do with the black cars who are going to come and drop off people at your event. Because your event is for outside folk, it's catering, right?
Internal, which mostly internal in the bank. External clients that may come in would be limited to 4 to 50 people and would be for an event or a sponsored event by the bank.
Thank you. So how many people work in that building? So give me an idea what we're talking about.
Right now,
Please.
it's building an average of about 3,400 people.
You come closer. Well, and sit around the table. Don't make yourself crazy. Be at home here.
Right, but that's not how many people are at.
But no, the venues would be limited. The largest event space that we have, that we can do an event, is 200 people. So we would typically not have an event more than 200 people. Most events, majority of them are an average of about 50 people per event. Typically, an event in the night that serves alcohol will run between 5 p.m. and 7 p.m. Days of operation are Monday through Friday. The bank is open from 7 a.m. typically to 5 p.m. As a bank. Receptions that involve alcohol are typically only from 5 p.m. onwards.
To like when?
Mostly 7 p.m. But in our case, I believe we put 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. just to give us that.
That's
coverage, but that's
We have no trouble
Very
with that,
rare.
but I
We
need
need
it.
to
So you'll get it back to Inez before our full board meeting. That would be great, or before our
you work
full board, or the
executive committee.
the executive committee.
And then up here, should they just put the largest venue they have?
Yes.
Like fill it out according to that largest room that you have here?
Okay,
And specify it's internal. Some people may invite guests, but you do not expect a large drop-off population of black cars or whatever. We need to know that because that's a big concern of the community. So you're on the corner of, I'm trying to think.
The
West Side Highway,
between
the West
West Side
Side
Highway
Highway
and
Murray.
Well, between West Side Highway and Greenwich Street.
Yeah,
And you have a loading
It's a-
dock
it's a
and
whole-
everything there, so
Loading
it's not,
docks.
yeah.
Mhm.
am I missing something? Ladies?
No, no, I mean, and so basically, is all the catering is gonna be just for the people in the building? You're not like,
We're not extending anything or changing anything to what we are currently offering. The only difference is that our current license offers the ability to serve alcohol between 10 through 16. But they want to be able to do an event
All
in
the way.
17.
and it's just for the employees, and in case on special occasions, they'll get a +1.
Yeah, yes, but that would
Clients
be,
or something
we would
like
know
that.
it'd be a client and we would know in advance.
Right, and on the terrace floors, how many people, can that hold? Because you have one of the floors is
50 people max,
50 people.
yes.
Those floors are already
Terrace.
licensed.
Will you have,
That's
an
nice.
outdoor?
Yes,
Okay, will you have live music?
not like that.
Okay. Our concern is because you're gonna be up and you're gonna be, there's an apartment building adjacent to where you are. So they're gonna get hit with whatever if you have any loud or
So
events there, they're gonna be the ones that are gonna be affected by it.
when you fill it out, come on in, Mitch. We're very fast tonight. This is another
We
member
almost
of our
missed
committee.
it.
You can give him a packet. If
You can give
would.
me short.
You have so many, you're thrilled to get them.
To carry on.
use the clip.
The- Those are, I think, the biggest concerns of
No,
ours.
yeah, basically, I didn't know that we didn't know that it was going to be just internal people. We were figuring that they were gonna be, a
Not
lot.
open to the
lot
public.
of- yeah, no, but not to the public, but you would have at least a larger guest list.
Now, when you guys, your clientele keeps it pretty buttoned up, I don't see any parties on the roof,
Yeah.
but this can be confusing if, it's an office building.
Because it's,
maybe
we're
not a
on all the
restaurant, yeah.
floors.
Right,
Yeah.
right, so, that's it.
It's really only, we're looking to serve alcohol on 3 floors, but because it has to be continuous, that's why.
Yeah.
we're-
No, I understand. And the catering is in-house.
Catering is
You
in.
have your own chef and blah, blah, blah. I don't.
Operationally, it's really no change than what we're
Yeah,
currently
and
doing.
you put in if you want 8 o'clock,
No,
Or 9 o'clock.
Yeah,
Well,
probably
that's
just at
fine.
8 o'clock.
Maybe,
But not give
you know,
you the coverage.
Yeah.
We'll amend it to change the hours.
get up it a little bit, because I mean, you're not close to anywhere.
Say like 9.
Yeah.
nine is fine. It gives you something,
Some leeway.
Okay.
In case you have a time you wanna, holidays, you may wanna extend it,
So the hours, the
And then-
square footage,
Amends that, this to just reflect the largest room.
reflect the largest room.
No.
Was there anything else?
here's another one. Well, I have quorum, I think, one, 4.
I think you're not. Was there anything else to amend besides the square footage
So,
of hours?
Mark, this is our only thing tonight. Thank God you're here.
And it's
They
The
want-
original agenda showed a few more things, what happened?
No, they all pulled out. They all pulled out.
And most of it is renewals, there were 2, and one pulled out, and this is the one that we're doing.
And it's the Bank of New York. They're just filling him in, and they're now operating and have been approved for, floors 10 through 16. And they want to be able to go from 1 to 21, all the way up each floor to have, the ability to have, an event. They don't expect to be open before, later than 9 o'clock, and it's only Monday to Friday, not on the weekends. I have.
What do they do now?
They do, most everything that we
They're
say.
always- Yeah,
Yeah,
just
we-
on
we
the
haven't
floors
put
that
the
they
license.
have, they want to extend it.
We approved them way back, I think, right?
Yes.
A long time ago.
What kind of events do you have?
So house party, I mean,
House party.
office party.
Internal office parties, corporate events.
Basically office party, not
So you have, so
corporate.
you have, it's, so there's no, outside events,
No.
only events, with your personnel,
Correct, yes.
so.
And we currently have a license that covers our floors 10 through 16. What we're trying to amend is that it covers the floors 1 continuously through 21.
And did the original stipulation say they're gonna use private promoters or private clubs?
No, they haven't checked off any music, any entertainment.
So can we get them to stipulate that this will be only for their employees?
Sure. I don't
What would it
think
be?
it's
It would be
problem.
employees and potentially
But,
some clients.
Correct.
Yeah, clients, I understand, but not, open to the public
No,
and
no.
not for private promoters,
We'll
but
put all of them
stipulate for
stipulate.
that, yeah. It's a pretty big space. It's a lot of space.
Okay.
Potentially
That would
be,
be put in the.
And the largest event space is 200 people.
yeah. So- But I mean, if you have one event, multiple floors, it could potentially be, you know, a lot of people.
Yeah, a lot of bathrooms. But again, we're not doing anything additional than what we are currently doing. We just want the facility of being able to
So,
do
do you
large
have,
floors.
my question is, how many, going to Mark's point, because I think it's a legit, how many floors do you kind of do at a time? Events, in-house?
Currently, maybe 2 floors
Okay,
at a single time.
at a single time.
And that would not change.
You wouldn't do the whole building?
At the same time, no.
Can we note that?
Yes, we can know whatever your heart
I
desires.
note that as well.
Doing the whole building at the same
I
time?
Yeah, we can note that.
Okay. And that, the method of operation currently will not change
Yeah. That's what he
in
said.
language that.
But he
that
looks pretty
language in
good.
there. I agree, but let's get on the.
No, I think it's perfectly amenable to put in.
Nice, easy one's always good.
Yeah, right, well, not so,
Yeah.
but this one seems okay.
Hmm.
Anything else you want to tell us?
Thank you for the consideration.
No, I'm gonna, can I call the question? And I have a second?
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Yes, stipulate.
Okay.
For the recording.
In
Charcuterie
favor.
and- Charcuterie
I'm in
votes
favor,
yes.
Jean Willow in favor.
What, Deron, tell me again.
Charcuterie votes yes.
Thank you, Tertulian. Okay. I thank you for coming.
Yes, those few things, if we can have them
And
by,
your-
do you have a date, date?
Oh,
Before the executive?
I will be in touch.
It'll be in a couple of weeks.
Thank you, appreciate your time.
Thank you. Yeah.
So, all of you, I want to update you on something.
Okay.
Should we,
Let them.
with the meeting on or?
Well, let me ask the question. If you, either one of you look over the renewals, does anybody have any questions about any of the renewals? Because there were no red flags, so we're letting them all go.
You want to say?
I'm just confused a little on the one on, North Tribeca, that I wasn't sure how,
Maxwell,
yeah,
that's a whole nother thing.
okay,
That's
so.
the only one that's not, that's what we're gonna talk about.
Okay,
From all the ones that are written
Hello?
on paper.
Tell me your first name.
Meta.
Amanda. Could I have one more last package? Since you did it, let's have it. Thank you.
Let this, you want this?
Oh, yeah, give me
There
yours.
you go.
No.
Yeah,
you want, I got another pack for you.
thank you.
He took some.
No, that's just the instructions. I didn't take them.
Yeah, as far as Tribeca with the renewals, I haven't heard anything on
Yeah,
the,
we have the clip, Mom?
I haven't heard any issues on.
No, can we have the clip?
Oh,
None of us did on the renewals, and Onej did neither. But I want to have some final, I wasn't at the large meeting around Maxwell's. And, we did this resolution and we denied them the renewal, even though, unless they met the stipulations, and they haven't signed anything. And Tammy just got something today where they're really not, they're not a private club. All right, they let the public in, whatever BS they gave us, it's not true. I mean, they have just continued to be egregious in every which way. So we're going to write a letter to accompany our, negative resolution to the SLA, just to be on record.
Well, they private at one time and then they changed
They've,
it a bit.
they've always been private, but it's an event space, so any event, any member can say, oh yeah, this event can come and buy out the space.
Private members club.
Right.
They're more operating as.
So if I couldn't walk in there when they're having an event, yeah, so it's still private.
Yeah, but it's not, you know what I mean? People walk in.
You could have an event there.
Yeah, I could, yeah.
Yeah,
You
you
don't
can
have
walk
to
in as a guest.
interrupt
You
the
can
club.
Right,
But
exactly.
even a country club, that's a private country club, just to play devil's advocate, you can, they rent it out for weddings or other things, and
Well,
so
they do
it's still
too.
private, so I mean, it's,
But they have couched it
yes.
in terms of it being, you should pardon me, a Shabbat of this and that.
Right.
And that's not
Right.
really who they are. They're operating more like a nightclub
Right.
venue of drinking and whatever else. So we know that from all.
So use that language in the letter. They're couching their method of operation.
I'd just like to point out that even the whole private event venue is not a part of their original method of operation under their license. They are a members,
Home. Private members club.
Right, yeah.
members club
I
that
remember that.
it's supposed to just be them and then bringing in guests for an occasional, like dinner or something like that, but not to actually have outsiders host parties or events. It's supposed to be the members. From the email that we got today, it is not as such. Outside vendors or outside persons can rent the space, can come in, pay a sum, and do whatever they want.
Is the original stipulation say that
Yes.
they signed?
Yes.
Yes.
So
They
then-
signed it even though there was some
So
discrepancy.
then in the letter, you should also note that and to the SLA and that when their current method of operation is in violation of the
Yes.
stipulations that
Absolutely.
they agreed to that.
Yes, that's it.
Signed.
And, there we are.
The one thing I find the conflict of interest with, and I don't know if it was Susan, not Susan, the landlord, her name-
All of it is
Oh.
Susan
Okay.
Capsuto? The landlord,
December. Oh, I remember.
Capsuto.
right, Capsuto, I think the first name is Susan, right?
I don't know.
Okay, so,
Alvear's sister.
I find that a conflict of interest because she wrote something in favor of that, but of course, there's a financial stake that she has, so I,
She's not the sister. She's the sister-in-law. There were
Sister-in-law, right, yeah.
Three brothers.
There's Jacques and,
Jacques and Albert ran the
yeah,
restaurant.
yeah.
And Sammy
Sammy.
didn't really have that much to do
They
with
had
it.
a,
Yeah, and Sammy died. But she still has this.
I can understand why she advocated for it because she has a financial interest, but so then I disqualify some of her
I agree.
application, you know.
I agree. So,
is Jacques still living there?
know that Jacques died a couple years
Oh,
ago.
I didn't know about that.
That
Sorry to hear that.
During, Albert died,
Well, I know
before
Albert,
COVID.
there I knew.
and then Jacques died somewhere around,
I knew about Sam, but I didn't know Jacques.
yeah, Jacques.
Sorry to hear that.
They
Like,
were
and we
good
always,
guys,
I
yeah.
lived up there next to the building, we talked about.
You did, but not now.
All the time, going back in years ago.
Okay, so I'm going to end the meeting, so Jean and Naran can leave, and thank you. I think that's all we have. Joe, he never came. He said he couldn't come before 6:30 and we're done. So thank you, both of you. Thanks,
Oh,
Naran.
did you want me present? So I don't have,
Of course,
I don't have the,
don't worry about it. We'll mark you.
You're present.
the scan.
You're always present,
You're
in
on
some
the-
way or another.
You're on the film.
6:22?
Yeah, it's a record.
It's a record for me.
It's a record for all of us.
We did have a couple of them some years ago. Actually, when Bear Chat, we actually had one that was like 5 minutes.
But